Hello everyone, welcome back to the Revival. Today, as promised, we bring you coverage of Everton versus Newcastle United, live from Everton. Cannot remember the name of their stadium for the life of me. Apologies to any Evertonians. Let's have a look at the team for today. Wow, okay. Just looking at that Everton team for a second and realising that they have a really decent side actually. They have developed into a very, very good team. Okay, so as for our team, let's concentrate on ours for the time being. The only player that is looking anywhere near awful is John Joe Shelvey, and so I think maybe Miguel Almiron will just come on and play in his place. Let's see. Alan St. Maximin is back from injury, as we know, so he can come onto the bench in place of Farfan, who's looking a little bit under the weather. And Dennis Zakaria, I would like to put him on the bench, but it's going to be at the expense of Shelvey. No, let's put him on the bench instead of Gunn, because who needs a backup goalkeeper on the bench, eh? Who indeed. So that is going to be our lineup for today. Very much a first choice 11 with the exclusion of Saint Maximin, who, to be fair, I could put back on. Couldn't I? We do have Liverpool coming up next. Might be an idea to keep some of the big guns fairly well rested. So let's leave Maximin on the bench for now. We can always bring him on if we need to. So that is the team for today, and we're going to play in our gorgeous tangerine coloured away strip. Orange socks, orange shorts, and an orange shirt. Just going to witter on while the game loads and try my damnedest to remember the name of Everton's stadium, which for the life of me it's completely eluding me. That's so embarrassing. My memory for football stadiums is getting worse and worse. It will come up in a second on screen here. It will tell us exactly where we are. Oh, of course it's Goodison Park. What on earth am I thinking? Oh well, never mind. We know where we are now. The coach driver knew where to take us. That was the most important thing. We managed to get the team to the stadium. Everton fans in great number in the stands, waiting for the game to start, expecting 3 points out of their boys, no doubt. Home advantage and a very strong team. And Newcastle here looking to play spoiler today. So Everton just start by knocking the ball around a little bit along their back line up into midfield. Doing very well to try to keep the ball in play. Not quite managing it in the end though. And now Newcastle on possession. That's nice. That's very nice. Oh, unlucky there from Nkunku, I believe. He made the darting run. Got the 1-2. And just unable to quite get to the ball, and the goalkeeper manages to get a foot to it. And it goes out, and I think it goes out for a goal kick. Indeed it does. Very unfortunate on the part of Nkunku. But a good opening salvo from Newcastle, showing that there is a decent amount of telepathy building between these players. They know what each other is thinking. They know what kind of ball they want played into each other. Now they just have to make sure that they can defend well enough, and that is a little bit of a sloppy tackle from Nkunku. He's conceded the foul out wide on the right. Davis going to look to flight this into the box. It's easy though for the Newcastle defence to pick up, but Everton pick it up on the outskirts of the area and are now looking to probe into the danger area. And it's going to be a chance, and the goalkeeper rises to it easily enough. Calvert-Lewin unable to trouble Schubert in the Newcastle goal. And now Newcastle able to bring the ball away. Nice spread of play out to the opposite wing. There's a ball there for Vinicius Junior. Looks to put the cross into the box. It's outside the area. It's a decent shot. Too low to really get through to the goalkeeper. And Kunku, I don't know why I tried shooting from that kind of distance, but that's fun, isn't it? Newcastle keeping possession very nicely here. Now Everton on the edge of the area, looking to spring the trap and hit Newcastle on the counter. It's a nice take from Davis. I think that was Davis at least. Yes, it was. Ball's really fizzed at him, but he managed to control it quite nicely. Ball into the box. Newcastle able to shepherd it out of play. Not out of play, sorry, out of the danger area. And now Almiron on the right wing looking to release Timo Werner. He does manage to get Werner on the ball. It's into the box. Unable to make anything of the shot, really unfortunate. But, that's poor. That's very, very poor. Put out of play by the defender. It's Timo Werner now. It's not a good pass. Didn't have far to put the ball, and he still didn't manage to play it accurately enough. And another foul, this time by Willems, in almost the exact same position as the last one that gave up a free kick to Everton. Their passing stats looking better than Newcastle's at the moment. Oh, and that was dangerous. I don't know if we got a touch on that. Looks like we did. It's gone out for a corner. Punched out. Everton edge of the box. If he can turn and get on the... Might be able to get a shot away. Unable to in the end. It's a good tackle. And Newcastle now have a chance to make the break. But Everton doing a very good job of congesting that particular area of the pitch. That was Timo Werner. Junior, Willems. Good cross. Unable to get through to the striker though. Shot. Blocked. And possibly out for a corner. 37 minutes played, still 0-0 here, but Newcastle looking pretty good value. It was straight down the goalkeeper's throat, in fairness. I don't think if there wasn't an interception that the goalkeeper would have struggled to save it. Oof. Out wide now. Newcastle looking to do something with this. That's nice. The header not great, the cross better, deserved better. But maybe that kind of angle, it was always going to be difficult for him to manufacture any kind of powerful header on target. Probably should have looked to use the pass instead and see if I could float the ball further into the penalty area. But here we are, Hummels on the ball. Plays it out to Nkunku. It's got a release ball to Willems on the side of the pitch here now. Early cross perhaps. Indeed it is. Unable to make it into anything threatening enough. That's goodbye to Tebow. Oh, that's excellent. That's really good. It's a good finish. It's a good goal. Junior never even broke his stride. He knew exactly where to go. Picked up the ball on the edge of the box, I think it was. We'll see from the replay here. The ball played in on the half turn. Nkunku plays it through. Junior manages to beat his man just with the direction of the run and the pace that he was going at. As I said, didn't break his stride particularly. Just went across his man and then just slotted it in past the goalkeeper. It's a good goal from Vinicius Junior, and yet again, he's looking more and more good value for money. Every goal that he puts in the back of the net. So a fairly ordinary first half, but Newcastle going in 1-0 to the good, thanks to Vinicius Junior, the former Real Madrid man. Better possession than Everton. More passes, and more passes successful. More crosses, more interceptions, more tackles. It's what you like to see. Now we just have to keep it tight in the second half, not make any silly mistakes, and if it's all possible, get a second goal to our names. That would be very nice. Ball goes out of play for a Newcastle throw. Just going to take an early decision to get rid of the attacking fullbacks. They can use their energies more in defence now. Concentrate on making sure that we don't give away a silly goal. Willem's still getting very far ahead. Oh, that cross nearly finding the target. This is dangerous passing play by Everton, but somehow they find a way out, and they could even... No, I thought they might be able to spring some sort of counter-attack, but in the end they just weren't able to find the pass that was required to really lever open the Newcastle defence. They're going to try again now here. The ball on the right-hand side with Holgate. Plays it inside to Andre Gomez. Good strength by Iwobi. Holds off two Newcastle players. Ball's played wide out onto the right to Reece Nelson, another former Arsenal player, inside to... Oh, this is good. This is very good. Reece Nelson, tricky customer, able to win the ball from him, but unable to find the pass to take the pressure off. And again, Everton looking to attack, and this could be dangerous. Goalkeeper alive to that cross, able to get it away. There is a great example as to why we can't count our chickens yet, because Everton have got a good, strong team who are able to pass the ball very accurately. And we've seen before that if we're not careful, we can really be cut apart by a team that are able to pass a ball. Tom Davis, good strong player on the ball there, able to shield it from the right back, Henriks. Henriks is done for pace here if Digny can get... Oh, that's a very good tackle. Very good tackle from Henriks though, and now he can bomb back in the other direction. He plays it up to Coco. Might go out for a throw-in. No, yes it does. Coco again pretty anonymous during this match, it has to be said. Not doing too much to stake a claim at the moment. He is more of a squad player at this point, it has to be said. It's a shame, but his value never really went up, and that was commensurate to the fact that as a player he just wasn't really improving that much. Come on, win that ball. Unable to win it. Shelvey might have had a better chance than Almiron to win the ball in that area, but not really an option at the moment. Well intercepted. Werner, he just ran a little bit too far ahead of his man there, allowing the defender to ghost in ahead of him and win that ball. Everton very good at passing around us at the moment, it has to be said. They're really not showing us any respect at all. He's got in around the defender. Good interception there. That's a bad foul, really. The ball was long gone by the time that the player went in with the tackle. Vinicius Junior suffering at the hands of Andre Gomez, or Gomes, depending on which commentator you listen to. Going to take this opportunity to make a change. Could do with a little bit more steel in midfield. So I'm tempted, even though his passing isn't fantastic, it's still on par with Almiron. I am tempted to put Zakaria in there in a more advanced role. We could always drop him back into a two-man defensive midfield pairing with Nkunku playing as a sole attacking midfielder. And I also think that maybe Coco's time is up. I'm going to bring on Joelinton, who can play on the right wing, but Werner is better out in that position, so we're going to swap them over with each other, and we'll leave one substitution in the bank just in case we need it a little bit later on. Although, to be fair, at 75 minutes, not sure how much longer it's going to be until we end up using that one as well. Everyone else's stamina looking pretty decent at this point. I don't envisage a problem with anyone pulling a hammy or anything like that. Although, you know, now that I've said that, of course it will happen. That's a iffy pass, really, from Timo Werner. Everton's passing again, very good. But Willem's tackling, very good also. Why didn't you try to get on that, Vinicius Junior? Uh-oh. The ball is not breaking nicely for us at the moment. But we are able to get the ball back. We do have control of it. I think maybe we will make a final change. Willems is starting to hit the red, so we'll just bring Mathieu on just to freshen things up. And while I'm thinking about it, I think maybe it is a better idea to play a two-man defensive midfield. The players are better used to it, and also it will give us the opportunity and the ability, hopefully, to break up attacks a little more easily. No. Come on, press. Long ball, we can win that all day long. Hendricks in the right back position, looking forward, plays it up to Werner. It's a good lob ball. I think maybe Joelinton was offside, so it's just as well that I'm not in control of him right now. He ran back into an onside position. And that's it. It's 1-0 final score. Not the most scintillating of games, I'm sure you'll agree. But it's another 3 points on the board. And that's the main thing at this stage of the season. We're just trying to keep pace with Chelsea and try to get back into the first place in the table, the pole position, if you will. Another good attacking display by Vinicius Junior. Another fairly anonymous performance by Timo Werner. He gets a 6, but so did Coco. Really, if it wasn't for Junior, I think we'd be a little bit toothless at the moment. Changes will definitely be made for the next match. I think we need to be bringing Coco back onto the bench and play someone else in his stead. Let's have a look at the rest of the results. You can see Manchester United getting a good win away to Crystal Palace today. Chelsea winning away at Norwich 1-0. They're starting to creak a little bit. Hopefully they'll slip up again before too long. Arsenal, Manchester City. That's a good result for City against Liverpool, as we said. 4 goals to 2 winners today. And that's how it leaves the table. We're still 2 points behind Chelsea. There is a gap forming between Newcastle and Manchester United. That gap currently standing at 6 points. Manchester City just behind United, and Liverpool on the same points as City. Arsenal 1 point behind them, and Tottenham right behind on 32 points. It's very tight for those top 4 positions, it really is. We'll keep an eye on that as the season progresses. Looking at the other end of the table, we see Sheffield United still rooted to the bottom of the table with only 1 win in 18 games. Aston Villa faring slightly better with 2 wins in that period, 11 points in total. They're only 3 points off of safety. Crystal Palace, who were beaten narrowly today, only on 14 points. And Norwich City just in between the two there on 13 points. So not cut and dry at the bottom of the table by any means. A couple of wins for any of the teams in the bottom 6 and things could change dramatically. We'll have to keep an eye on that. So I believe that was the final game before the transfer window opens. We'll have to see. No, in fact, it's not. There is one more. I was very much mistaken. Let's find out who the Asian Player of the Year is. Taliska has won the Asian Best Player Award. There you go, if anyone was wondering. So let's have a quick look. There we are on a winning streak right now, which is good. Schedule. Okay, so Liverpool game is just before the opening of the transfer window. During the transfer window, we have games against Southampton, Wolves, Bournemouth, Manchester United, Chelsea, and Burnley. That is a stacked calendar. So obviously, the next game that we're going to be playing will be, I think, probably against Liverpool. We can't really ignore that game, can we? It's a pretty big one, and it's definitely one that we could end up losing. After that, we'll be going into the transfer window. I'm going to have a look at potential transfers before we return to the Liverpool match. I might put some bids in before that game so that we can expedite the answers that we get coming back. But looking at the squad at the moment, and I'll change game plan while I'm in here so I can remember. That'll do. What do we need? Well, we do have 4 natural centre-backs. We do also have Dennis Zakaria who can play there. Now, I know that there's been some discussion in the comments about the fact that we don't have a replacement for Hummels. I have said all along that Todibo, if you actually look at his stats and his abilities, is very, very comparable in a lot of ways to Hummels. If you look at his jumping, his physical contact, his heading is not great, but it's his height is better than a lot of people's. He's not bad at all. Also, where's the passing? It's in here somewhere. There we go. Low pass and lofted pass. So his low passing 76. Now, obviously, Hummels is a much better player, but oh, I didn't realise if you use the up and down on the D-pad you can actually skip between players. Okay, never mind. So, jumping and physical contact, actually, at this point, Todibo is better in both aspects. Heading, they've only got a 9-point difference. Anything above an 80 really is decent. The passing is the biggest issue, really, but honestly, we don't really play with these marauding centre-backs. We do tend to play shorter passes out of the back, so not really an issue that the passing isn't all there. But most importantly, we want to talk about defending. And 6-point differential. It's not huge. It's not huge. Tadebo's still very young. If we get an offer for Lascelles, then I will definitely be going into the market for another centre-back. But one of the problems that we have, and it is a problem, is the fact that our transfer budget, although it looks very healthy at £49.8 million, you're not going to get much for that. Not when you're looking for this class of player that we're currently trying to find. Because we're looking to win the Champions League, we're looking to win the Premier League again. And at the moment, there are not players out there that are worth that are within our budget for that kind of money that we have at the moment. Like if you look at Nathan Ake, right, who's an average player at 27, he's not going to get any better. Defensively, very very good. I'm not going to say anything against him there. Do you know what? Actually, jumping he's not bad either. The problem for Ake, I've been very harsh there. He's not average at all. The problem with Nathan Ake is that he is already declining. Now he's rated at 82 at the moment. Maybe we look at Nathan Ake then. I don't know. But here is a player that I've been looking at, and I've been really tempted by. And I did allude to this before. Romagnoli, who plays for AC Milan at the moment, he's an Italian international. He's 27 years old, just like Nathan Ake. He's not far off of starting to decline himself. He has kind of like, bottomed out at the moment, or he's levelled out, I should say. But look at this, his market value is 45 million, his release fee is 71. Nathan Ake has got a release of 53. So, these are players that I would love to get, but in order to be able to afford them, I need to sell someone first. And that's an issue. There's a lot of left backs on here. As you all know, I've been looking at left backs, and I've had thank you to everyone, by the way, who made a suggestion for who I should be looking at in as far as fullbacks. We did have some very interesting suggestions, and I'm going to be following a few of those up during the transfer window, so bear with me on that one. But yeah, as far as centre backs are concerned, if I'm going to buy a centre back, or if I'm going to buy anyone really, let's take you off of the list because you're in the team now. Like, I would love to get Ruben Neves, but he's £107 million. He's rated at 74, but his release fee is 107 million. Like, I can't afford him. We're going to have to either make a sale, or we're going to have to hope that these players get put on a transfer list and we can possibly get them for less money. But that's the issue that we have now. Now, obviously, you can try looking through the advanced search. You can look at market value. You can. Now, I'm not sure if this has been fixed, because there was a bug with this where if you put a market value in, it didn't actually work. But let's put in a market value of 45 million, right? And let's go for position centre back. And let's search that. And let's have a look at them from top to bottom. So now here's the thing, you see. Now PK, market value 27 million. Release fee 70 million. Now I could probably bid about 35 for him and they'd accept it, but he's 35 years old. What am I doing spending 35 million pounds on a player that's going to retire soon? Romagnoli again, market value 45, release fee 71. Lenglet or Lenglet, I don't know how you say that necessarily. Same story. Busquets is 39 million, and he's not even really a natural centre back. Ramos is 36, so he'll be retiring soon. Christensen is market value of 30, release fee 47. He might be an option. Might be an option. But I'm just look at all of these. Godin, 36 years old. I don't know. I mean, do we go for another old player? And then we're basically kicking the can down the road if we go for an old player, aren't we? So Kimpembe is not too bad. Ginter's very good. Yeah, he could go for Ginter perhaps. But you see, my problem is that even if I was to bid their market value for a player like De Vrij or Ginter or Akanji or Elvedi, players that don't have a release fee, they literally just, you can only go on their market value. There's a very good chance that even if I was to bid my complete transfer budget of £49 million, a lot of these players wouldn't end up being sold to me. And call me old-fashioned, but I don't like spending all of my money, especially when I'm not going to be getting a massive war chest at the end of the season, because that didn't happen last time. We won the Premier League and they gave me bugger all transfer funds. So I don't know. We'll see how things go. Obviously, next time we'll be coming back for the Liverpool match. I will look into some transfers and see what we can do. I'll offer Lascelles out and see if anyone's interested. But that's going to do it, as always, for another episode. Thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch me play football quite badly and witter on nonsensically about my transfer policy. Until next time, take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.